Good morning, team. Today is Monday, January 12th, 2026. Hope you guys had a great weekend. I know I did. Enjoyed my weekend. Mill's son, it was his birthday. So happy birthday to Max out there. Happy 15th birthday and all these other, a bunch of birthdays this weekend. So, hey, but let's get on with the morning show. Why don't we? As you guys saw, there is a disclaimer, so please be aware when investing in the market, there is a risk that you can and most likely will lose money. So please do your due diligence. Please do not take anything in this stream as financial advice. It is for educational purposes only. For more information about that, please check out our website at Blue Sky Pro, and you can read about our disclaimers and find out about some of our great offerings here at Blue Sky. All right, guys, let's get started with the morning levels. Why don't we? You guys let me know if y'all have any issues seeing or listening to the stream. I'm on a new circuit. I got the new router in. We are routing like top speed. So we should be getting a whole lot better speed now. All right, well, let's get started with that gold level. We got a breakout level on gold at 4,536. First take profit is at 4,566. Sell the reversal at 4,518 and a buy the reversal at 4,483. I've got a breakdown spot of 4,465 and a take profit of 4,444. S&P levels, breakout level of 7,039. First take profit is at 7,060. Sell the reversal at 7,022. Buy the reversal at 6,987. A breakdown spot of 6,970. Take profit on that breakdown at 6,949. NQ levels, got a breakout spot of 26,141. First take profit will be at 26,260. Sell the reversal at 26,041. Buy the reversal at 25,836. And a breakdown spot of 25,734. And your first take profit would be at 25,615. And those are your morning levels. If you guys find those helpful, you can catch those each and every morning inside our Discord channel. That's right. We've got a great community where we share, collaborate with all our other traders inside our Discord. So check us out today. You also don't want to miss some of our great classes that we host in the morning session or in the afternoon session. We've got trade psychology classes coming up tomorrow, hosted by Coach Becky, as well as Coach Matt's mentorship this Thursday. So I hope to see you guys there at one of those classes. How's everybody doing this morning? I see we got a few folks in the audience already. You guys have a good weekend? Well, it looks like from the London Open, we started to make a nice progression to the upside. We're struggling right now at VWAP. Will we continue the upside movement? We're also in Friday's orb, so we haven't really moved much of anywhere from Friday, to be honest with you. Wait, no. Yeah, this is Friday's orb. Wow. Okay, so NQ is in that level still. Oh, let's see. Boring weekend. Oh, man. Chill weekend. I ate entirely too much this weekend. I feel like super guilty about it. Oh my goodness, I still have that on. All right, let me get that off for you guys. Let's move on over to the hot charts. What is gold looking like? How are you feeling about some of that news that we saw come out with J-Pow? What do you think about that tomorrow? So going after J-Pow now? That is crazy. Like J-Pow will commit fraud. That's not even his building. He has nothing to gain from the renovations in it. He wants to piss them off. He wants to piss those people off. You know, those are the people that control the money. They're not going to give. They're going to make his life even more difficult. Oh, that was off. Oh, there's an off. There's an off button in this. That makes absolutely no sense. Well, I was going through my closet, and I didn't realize I've got I was mining crypto for a minute. Well, I have a bunch of video cards. I have like three 3080s in my closet. I think I'm gonna build myself a new rig. I think I'm gonna build myself a rig. Period. I am gonna do it. So I'm gonna run a system with like two 3080s in it. I just gotta find myself. I think I want to get myself Intel i9, but I don't know what's that. I don't know if I should get an AMD because it seems like the AMD boards are pretty good now. Open up that chat. Oh, let me make sure all my chats are up. Okay, that chat is up. Okay, I got the YouTube chats. You can't see that one. And there's that Kick chat. And there's the. All right, cool. Dang, all these chats don't fit. Yeah, I saw that stuff about J-Pod this morning or last night, and I was like, and he already made a statement. I'm just like, man, they don't know what to do, man. You're about that. We're going to start it. They were asking about invading Greenland now. It's like, dang, bro. Why are we starting wars? Anyways, let's just stick with the charts. Let's just stick with the charts. I'm not going to make it like that today. We're not doing that today. We're going to make some money. It's Monday. I want to get sidetracked. All right. Titles are updated now. Nope. Can't do that there. Nice bullish trend there on gold. Will it keep it up today though? Looks like they were going to sell though. Okay, so this actually did get updated. Why does it say Monday? Why does it say Monday? That me. Oh. I think ChatGPT is cooked today. The title is just Monday. I don't think that's what it's supposed to be. I think it's supposed to be Monday, not Monday. I don't know why I misspelled it. All right, that's fixed. Oh my God. He's gonna want to listen to me with my title all wrong. Oh my goodness. All right, let's go back to this. Look, that's what I get for not proofreading and thinking it knows better. Oh, I can do drops and rewards, but I don't even have any of those coins. Okay. It might be. It might be. Maybe I'm overthinking it. Maybe I'm underthinking it. I don't know. These titles are like that. Well, I got my chats up at least. I got that going. Bitcoin doing. It's not looking good on Bitcoin, that's for sure. It's not doing what I want it to do. It's not fair. Oh man. You know, Amaro, do you know who did that? They say brought the charges and instigated Trump to go after J Powell was that the housing Fed chair, that Bill Pootsy guy that brought up all those real estate charges against all those other Democrats. It's that dude again. I hope J Powell goes after him because these guys, I don't know. To me, it doesn't seem like a good idea to mess around with the Fed. Looking like we're gonna pop here a little. About 9 minutes away from the open here. Silver almost at 86. Oh my God. You know what? You're right. I didn't notice how, man, gold actually ripped, didn't it? In the overnight. That's why my levels are all messed up on gold. Oh, I forgot about that. That's right. Gold already expanded. And so did silver as well. Yeah, you guys, if you guys are chasing gold and silver, just be careful because it's already overextended. Man, that is a crazy rip from Thursday. Look at that. Almost $10 in like 3 days on silver. That's a pretty strong move. Yeah, just be careful at these levels. Some volume kind of kicking in here. I think there's zero DTEs on silver and gold today, isn't there? Yes, there is. There is zero DTEs on gold and silver. So we should see some good movement here on those tickers today. Market watch. Took a short on silver. Looks like I got out too soon. Yeah, you might have. You might have. But you never know. You might be able to catch another opportunity to enter the trade. Hey, good morning, Diana Goodness. How are you doing? I'm doing great myself, ready for a Monday morning, trying to make some money here. Going over a little bit of the pre-market right now and just watching how the market is going to react here at the opening bell. Are you looking at anything here in the morning session yourself? A stop limit of 75.50. Hourly short. What do you think? Took a possibly you're gonna see some profit taking for sure with that overnight move here into the open. I would just watch like the 200 and stuff. I don't know if we get down to 75.50. I mean, it could. That's pretty low. I would just yeah, I trail it, scale out, depending on how large of a position you take on it, and just scale out. About 5 minutes. 50% retracement on the last move. Ooh, there it is. There. Ooh, man. Overall market almost pulling back as a whole. Precious alloys, even Bitcoin now selling into the open. Maybe the market's not reacting to the weekend news very well. A lot of uncertainty, that's for sure. I think that things being thrown around brings a lot of uncertainty, and we know the market doesn't like that kind of stuff. maybe 83 to 81 today. Yeah, here on the 9 minute, if you get down to like the 81 level, that's the 200. So I would agree. I think the possibility is there. Well, we got 1 minute till open, team. Hey, good luck to you, everybody, this morning. Let's make some money, team. I'll switch over to NQ and take a gander at it. NQ is trying to push that 200 here into the open. Got about 40 seconds. You know, 5 seconds. And ding, ding, ding. There's your bell. Market pushing upwards here at the open. Wow. Okay. Okay, we're testing the orb high now. Silver bouncing off of VWAP. Bitcoin looks like it wants to pull around. Getting buy signals on NQ right now here into the open. I think they want to suppress price to 75, but I don't think they'll be able to. Depends. You know, can buyers get in and hold it and carry it over and force them to close their positions? You know, that's the hazard with the increased margin requirements. You know, the cost to participate is now much higher, so you know they don't have as much ammunition. Oh man, look at that! Look at that ES push. That is a wild push. Silver pushing and Q holding. There he goes, and Q now to the upside. Bitcoin's still struggling here at the open. Can NQ hold this though, or will it reject? We're above Friday's orb high, so that's definitely a good sign. That gives us a pretty good open range up until 25,875. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Wow. Wow, that is a strong push to the upside. Oh, my Bitcoin position is actually positive. Yeah, let's go. That candle right there just helped me significantly. Holy Toledo. Wow. I'm so glad. I'm actually still trying to DCA into it right now. All right, let's take a look back at the market and see what NQ is doing. And look at that. It's attempting that 880 mark. It's attempting that 880 mark. Can we catch that long on this thing though? Come on, Bitcoin. Let's go. Let's go. Send it. Send it. Do it. Make it a good Monday. Without me even taking that trade, already making money on it. Silver holding quite nicely. Got about 2 minutes left on this 9 minute candle to the upside. Same for ES. Still got close to testing Friday's orb high. Still has a ways to go. Friday's orb high is at 6,987. If you're looking for an area of a resistance, we're also at, oh, this is my basement. Renkos have thrown the buy signal as well to the upside. Now, what will we do here on the market? Will we stall out, pull back onto the orb high? That's normally what we see. So let's see if that plays out here today. Otherwise, we miss the boat, boys. 860 right next to that VWAP. Second band looks good. Oh man, that's a push. Jeez. Wow, we are ripping to the upside now. Tesla ripping to the upside. I'm not mad. I'm not mad. Actually, I took a little trade in the morning session, so I'm up just a few bucks. But it's too early for me to trade. You know, my risk to reward says it. I have to sit it out and I have to follow my rules. You know, because if I trade without rules, it means I'm going to lose money. I'm not here to lose money. Bitcoin is moving to the upside. Wow. Wow. Broadcom is ripping to the upside. Yeah, the imbalances for this morning, S&P sell side 118 million, Nasdaq buy side 35 million, Dow sell side 77 million, Mag 7 buy side 24 million. Intel up 10%, Open Door up 13%, Nvidia down 0.1%. I'm trying to find out, and I'm not hearing anything on the on my news feeds as far as what might be causing this. But you know, we got like Tesla moving to the upside. You've got chips green. Let's move over to the heat map and let's take a gander here. See, Nvidia is positive 0.46%. Tesla is actually down 0.4%. AVGO is up 1.51. Overall, like the chip sector, some of the big boys there are doing fairly well today. You can see that Micron, AMD, Nvidia. Oh, there's the blue bot. What does he tell? Oh my goodness. I was trying. I was actually looking at some other areas to try to get into a position to try to take advantage of this upward move. Because I feel you're right. If we can hold this for now, we could make that next expansion up. We're rejecting right now. Maybe this will offer some kind of entry. There's that volatility. See, yeah, pullback. Oh man, they're the bears aggressively coming in and suppressing price. Wow. Will they let us go? They pull it back, then we'll be ranging, and we got to expand and break out if we're going to move. Otherwise they'll lose the momentum, and we'll just end up in a range bound day. One more, one more. That support resistance proven kind of sticky. Can't get over it. Hi, Annie. Well, we've got a design team, so we actually have a design department and stuff. But if you'd like, you're always welcome to stop in the Discord and send in your resume if you'd like to apply for our design department. You know, I'm sure that they would love to see some artists' work, and you know, who knows, maybe they'll bring you on board. You should stop in. But thanks for trying and marketing within our post or stream. Oh, look at that! You have a you're on that's on Twitch. Uh, oh, yeah, it's kind of interesting because IWN is still consolidating. My bad, boss. Ooh, man, that's a nasty hit. It happens though, but it looks like you recovered quite well on day 11. On a day 11 and day 12, it looks like you pretty much have almost recovered all your losses, you know? Yes. Yes, his algo is that. Patience pays off. Maybe just work on not putting yourself in such a big hole that it takes you so many days to recover. Limit yourself. Maybe that's something you can work on, you know that way it's easier. Think of the flip side to that. And if you don't dig as deep of a hole, then you can cash out and get money out of the account faster because you don't have such a big deficit to recover. So think of the positive side of how it can actually help you in another manner. Some folks don't look at that. They feel like the necessity that they got to fix it. I found that to be my case when I first got into futures. The needing to be in a trade, the having to make up for my losses. Those are things that they can lead to pretty bad failures. Because you start chasing. It's just like the guy that wants to pass an eval and needs another $10 to pass and then ends up blowing the account, forcing the trade. It's a crummy situation that we all have to deal with. You just got to think of it like this. It's all about, being a trader is all about longevity, because longevity allows you to take those big wins, manage those base hits, and survive the downturn. Because that's really what you need to be. Oh, well, thank you. I try. Sitting here all the time, and you have to frame it in some kind of mindset to where it gives you some kind of positive there's a positive reason why you're doing certain things in the market, not because you don't want to do it. It's because this is the right thing to do, and you have to recognize it. I know some guys that are great traders, but they can't get out of the way of themselves. They won't take profit. They do miscellaneous things. And then, that's where having a buddy comes in great, because they can help you frame stuff in a mindset that maybe works better for you. And you're like, oh, you know what? I didn't think about that. You're right. It's like some people don't like when I say a form of market participation is not participating in the market. That doesn't validate it enough for them. Some folks won't validate it like that. They feel that it has to be validated in some other manner. So what is the framework you got to put that in? Well, this allows me to, continue trading, saving my portfolio, and it means less work for me, because I don't want to work harder. I want to work smarter. So if I don't put myself in such a hole, then I'm putting myself in better situations, and I'm obviously setting myself up for a better result, because I'm not forcing it. I'm not making it happen. I'm waiting for it. And I'm understanding, hey, you know what? This didn't work out now. I'm done for the day. Whatever the case may be, call it. I found that has helped me save a lot of accounts and a lot of money, is, just being like, you know what? I'm done for the day. I don't want to, or like on Fridays, I'm like, like Coach Becky says, being at peace with your pieces. I want to end Friday and go into the weekend with a positive framework. I want to go and run into a friend, and if a friend asks me how am I doing, I'm going to say, you know what, I'm doing great. Had a great week. Blah blah blah. I don't want to be like in the back of my mind, man. Oh man, I just blew like 5 G's because I couldn't keep my hand out of the pot. I wasn't happy with the few $100s I made. I had to force it. I took profit too early, and now I got back in, and now I'm in this whole predicament that now I have this negative mindset of how to reflect on the week rather than, you know what? I had a great week. I could have made a little bit more, but hey, you know what? I survived the market. See, boom, you just changed it. You recognize that you could have made more, but you get the positive that, you know what? You walked out green. I felt good like that this weekend. I was like, you know what? We started off the first week of the year, awesome. Green across the board, didn't force anything, and just went with it. Went with the flow, followed the trend. All right, now can we get over the support resistance level? That was blabbing. I missed my entry. Is it gonna go though? Hmm. Well, you don't want to get over it. Well, that's pretty much me every day. No, no, no. For a while it was. For a while I used to feel kind of like stressed out all the time, but now I'm just kind of yeah, now I'm taking my wife's advice and I'm just going with the flow and, not stressing. 880 Phil, boom. Congrats, Bay Fisherman. Congrats on that. Dang, market ripping up now. Everything is all juiced right now. It's odd though. I'm looking along the options chain trying to find something that's cheap, but everything's overpriced right now. Looking at 949. I think you could get it pretty beautifully. If you wanted to take an entry off of the 9, you could have caught that right here. Woo. Under of IWN is just going to explode here, like Russell, because the way it's kind of like situated. Like I'll show you guys. But it does look like an M forming right there. But this is like the 30 seconds. So, we can't take those kind of patterns serious. More about EMAs on these on the sub time frames, like the 30. It's all about like the EMAs. It's not so much the patterns. At least that's been my observation. Looking for 955 to 970. You know what? We didn't even move the orb, but let's do it. Man, the orb is, man, that's a pretty big range. I'm kind of jacked on the range today. All right. So if you're looking for the orb trade for the morning session, orb high is at 25,894. Orb low is down at 25,745. Pretty big range. Pretty big range. Take a little short. See if I can scalp this to the downside. Let's see if I can scalp it down to 26 here on the 32nd. A risky trade. When we get a wick down, it could pay pretty good. I move my stop in the money. I'll take my 50. Come on. Actually, we're right on the orb high that we bounced off of. I didn't even realize that. Okay, we'll take those $50. I probably shouldn't have choked it up that much, but being at the orb high, most likely we'll probably bounce around here. Maybe wick a little under it and then we'll bounce. And then you should get your continuation to the upside. Bitcoin's struggling here at the 200 on the 3. Can I get over it? Yes, kind of rejecting, but see if this 9 holds. You know what? Let's roll over the 9-minute. I bet you that's what that was. Yep. I wonder how strong of a move we'll see. Short silver. Good luck. How cheap is a silver short? About 61 cents went out the money to short silver, huh? Oh, you got that big old gap below too, you know, the options chain. You see that, bait fisherman? There's a huge gap to the bottom, all the way down to 72.60. Oh, it's crazy. If that works, I mean, yeah, you're looking like a $5, $4 drop on it. It's sitting on the 9 right now. You still got plenty of time on the 9-minute though. Still got 5 minutes on it. Mm-mm. I don't know. I'd be careful with longs though. There's not much news supporting this. You know, the big boys are moving to the upside, but even then, they're not really. Okay. Tesla's green, Amazon green, Costco green. Yeah. PLTR green, Netflix, ABGO. You can see how some of the big boys in the Mag 7 are really putting in the work today. The bodies are coming in across the board. Looks like silver wants to rock to the upside though. Nah, it looks like it's pushing to the upside, broski. We'll see. It's early. But yeah, it does look like gold, silver wants to rip. Oh my god, fucking getting some sells on Nasdaq now, pretty nasty. Ooh. Whoa, man. Whoa, man. That's some selling kicking in now. Well, finally, a rejection there on silver. Can we get it under the nine though? Got a minute left on this 2 minute candle. Let's see if we can get a push down. Market overall also pulling back, kind of ugly as well. NASDAQ coming in on itself. Broke that orb high and coming back down using that 4 hour support there at 877. See if it holds this level. What's Bitcoin doing? Bitcoin struggling. Looks like it might even sell as well. Silver. It looked like it was trying to break that downward trend line to break to the upside, and looking like it's not going to. Looks like it's going to continue its downward move. Same for NASDAQ, giving it all up now. I mean, the silver short. I took the silver short. I lost lost a little bit of money on that trade. Yeah, I lost $20 per contract on that. And I had a few of them, so that stung. All right, I'm done with that. Let's see. How's my spy call? How much spy power do I have? Interesting. Getting a red box here on the Renkos. Okay, Bitcoin looking a little bullish here in the morning. That's good. Maybe the market is going to be more risk on. That the EMAs want to cross over here. Not good if you're looking for long side. Dang. Short. I was more looking for a long myself, truth be told. I was thinking that we might get back up to 25, 904. Like, that's what I'm thinking. Oof. Yeah. That's what I said. If they can't break these highs, we'll end up in a ranging market. Oh, there we go. Come on, baby. Go, give it to Rizzy. Give it to me. Give it to me. Come on. Do it. Just do it. Come on. It's so close. Oh, come on. Come on. Do it. Do it. You're so beautiful. I took that live. I took that live. I took that live right there. So I was a live trade as well. Hex, yeah. Should we trail this? Yeah, let's trail this. You take that out. Eat that there no more. That's a good trade. Did I get stopped? Yep, I sure did. You know, that was a nice little scalp, right? We just caught that where it just popped up. It was like, yes, sir, it is a flag. Here's the first flag right here, but we've already made like a 50% retracement. But pretty interesting, right? That 4 hour support right there is just holding. You can just see it. Boom. You know, testing the orb high again. I'm long. I took some SPY calls too, so I'm holding this on the SPY too. I've got 695 calls. I'm a little down on those, but I'm trying to make up my loss from that silver trade. I'm blaming Bay Fisherman for that. So I'm flat in futures, but I'm long on options right now. I just scalped that long on NQ, but rightfully so because we got a pretty good pullback on it. So, you know, it would have been kind of an ugly pullback too. So I took it from right here, what, 886, right? 886. I took it from right here, and then I got out at 904, where y'all saw my stop on screen. So, like, yeah, I literally took that trade right there. Boom, right there. But, you know, I'm not sure about, I'm not positive how strong the trend is going to be today. And I'm worried that we're going to get choppy. So rather than run the risk, and I have exposure already in the options chain. So I really don't need to get like, I don't need to take a big trade in futures. Well, I don't need to take a big trade, period. Got sucked in, but NQ about to break all good. It might, but I'm green enough that I can write the expansion. If not, like I said, I have exposure in the options chain, you know, and we could still get back in this if it's going to be pampy like that. 93. Mm. Yeah, I'm definitely glad I took profit on that. It's not looking too good right there, boys. Not looking good right there, boys. Oh, they're gonna put it. They're gonna stuff us in that range. IWN looking like it wants to sell. Doesn't look like it wants to push to the upside. Okay, okay, NQ, I see you. That's right. 5 minute never lies. Yeah, you can see the flag right there, just kind of flagging out. Spy's got some resistance at let's see, 693.75. So the drift on the market is. There goes yes. Leaning towards the upside as well. Looking like it might want to go for those intraday highs. Intraday high on ES is 7,275. See what silver's doing. Still consolidating here at the top. You know, big fisherman, I bet you this thing will sell at some point here in the day. It's just gonna cook though. It's gonna take, a while for it to sell. Buyer exhaustion will have to set in because they can't get it over the supply zones here. Goes Bitcoin ripping to the upside. Why are my cons not green? Why are my Bitcoin calls losing value? Oh my God. And it's moving to the upside. I tell you. Oh man. Oh man. Ban these people on Twitch. Watching without audio. Why are you watching without audio? Should watch with audio. What's up, Stream Hub? How you doing over there? You surprised? Dude, you're always surprised. Get that nice move to the upside now. You're on NQ. Can we get that momentum going across the board? Silver moving up as well. 911, 923, and 951. Let's go. Let's go. Apple picking Gemini for its AI. That's what I'm hearing. 'Congrats on that, brother. Getting another buy signal there on NQ. We're 5 minutes from London Power Hour team. Come on. Come on. One more, one more, one more, one more. Oh, just let it go, man. They don't want to let it go. They don't want to let it go. Yes, it's so close to all-time highs. They're just like suppressing it, man. Silver doing. Rejecting. Silver's catching that rejection now. I hope it squeezes here. I think we could squeeze here. You know, if this flag does break out, then you're going to have a pull to the upside, and that should get you, probably to that 2,600 mark. Catching that bid now here, 2 minutes away from the London Power Hour. Almost said London close. I'll tell you, you tried the silver short again. I'm staying away from that. I'm already long on SPY. It doesn't seem like the short is good though, man, to be honest with you. Apple ripping to the upside. Yeah, I'm hearing other people are trying to short silver right now. But just like I did, they're getting mowed over. Whoa, look at Bitcoin ripping up. My Bitcoin call, man, I tell you, these Bitcoin calls are going to make me mad. They're going to make me mad. Market rejecting here at the London close. Maybe the Brits aren't convinced that the long is going to be good to carry over. Buyers got to step in, otherwise we'll get into a sell cycle for, like I said, the trend of a day. Looks like it's going to be just a volatile morning. It'll be a struggle to get above. Might take another 20 or 30 minutes to get that next leg up. I was hoping we would have seen it now versus later. Back at the orb high, gotta hold this. Oh man, that's a nasty pullback. There's a volume there on that pullback too. Yeesh. I'm glad I took profit on my trade. I like the long still above 880. I mean, that's if we could hold the orb high. Ooh, ugh, ugh. And there goes that high break on silver. And keep getting real selly now. Look at silver ripping now. Sheesh. It's out of here. Gold's actually putting in a nicer trend line. You know that? We're looking at silver, and I think gold is putting in a better trend line. Yep, they're trying with silver. Eh. All right. Well, it looks like we're still being bullish. So then send it. Don't pull it back. Come on, bulls, get on this thing and let's go. Let's get up and go. Goes gold, breaking those levels. Bitcoin as well, starting to finally move. That NQ. NQ is definitely struggling. Oof. Man, these bears do not want to get out of here, do they? Pretty choppy now here across the market, except for that gold long. That gold long is just, man, something else, right, bro? Whew. Oh, Renko's now kicking in for the sell side here on the market. All right, DM, I'm going to go get myself another cup of rocket fuel. I'll be right back. I already take mine back. Sorry about that. Yep. Precious metals just grinding to the upside while the market is just dumping. We couldn't have been more wrong. The trade today was gold and silver, not NASDAQ. And we got that pretty good little scalp on it. That was about it. This is not good. This is looking gross. Oh man, that's a nasty sell. Oh, IWN might be rolling up as well, starting to make its move to the upside. That might be good for the overall market. Maybe we'll see the market start to coast up to the upside for us today here. Don't forget, we've also got CPI going on tomorrow. So we do have some news events happening tomorrow. All right. Making that push up now. Can we get over this orb high here on NQ? Coming into the top of the hour now. Like I said, it'd probably take another 30 minutes for us to start making that move up. See if this holds true. Okay, there we go. Catching that bid now. Well, let's see. Let's see if they'll let Seabiscuit loose. Seabiscuit. You're funny, man. True, you ain't wrong. Well, we might be getting that pivot now. All right, let's go. Mm-hmm. WM breaking out, not so much NASDAQ. He's got some catching up to do. Yes, finally making that push up here now. About 3 minutes away from the top of the hour. Oh, 2 minutes. Sorry about that. Still a little bit more than 30 minutes left for London Power Hour. So let's see how see how the market rolls for us. Calls are coming back to life. I'm only down like 10% right now on them. It's like Renko's might be forming to the upside. Goes NQ now. Pushing. All right, we're green on our spy calls now. Let's go. Let's rep it. Let's take those all-time highs here on ES. Thirty-two. We're at the top of the hour now. Got about 30 minutes left for the end of Power Hour. See how this works out. London Power Hour, that is, team. So those of y'all wondering, London Power. Rhythmic is my jam, and there was a sell last week and I missed it. Why do I do these things? Yeah, we had a pretty good sell on Rhythmic last week. We had a pretty good sell. I was like, what, half off or something? I think it was. It was a great deal. You didn't jump on that? I'm sure there'll be another sell. I mentioned it on stream. I always mention our cells. I do my best to mention all the cells that are going on and stuff. It's all good, man. It's hard to keep up with it. It's a lot of information. With everything else we got going on, man, I'm like that myself, dude. Some days I'm just like, what? The what? The what? Oh, getting by signals. Spy calls are back to life. Let's get that ripper. Let's go. Let's send this thing. Let's rip it into New York lunch. Ah, man, useless. Mm. Yeah, I haven't heard anything about volumetric having issues for any members and stuff. I'm sorry to hear it. I'll probably just bring it up to support, let them know you're having some issues. Oh, and go, ooh, and then not tell me why. I can't tell you why. Can't tell you why, Aaron. No, just looking at my trades are doing well. Well, like 5% on them. Check with support, see what they say. Maybe they passed the account. Oh, that's picking up speed. Yep, starting to rip to the upside now. She's going now. Oh, nice. Okay. Hmm. Let's grind up here, going into to the high of the day here on yes. It's a real slow grind. We gotta break out of this range. Otherwise it'll bring us back in and then that's it. This is the high of the day. If we lose this, that's it. That will be the high of the day. They'll push us back down for the rest of the morning. You know it too. That's the imbalance. They're gonna push us over or they're gonna dump it. Come on. You know what? I didn't put the orbs on wow, well, we're well past them. It's almost the same on yes. It's yep, that's it right there. Oh, all right, there she goes. Yes, let's go. Send it. Mm. Well, I'm green for the day now, boys. Just made up for that short on gold or short on silver. We should start getting real pampy here. We should start really getting some legs if you can get above these levels. Dang close. Another 10 bucks. Another 10 bucks to the upside, and this could get real spicy. This looks like Fortress. What's up, Callie? How you doing? Good to see you. Good morning. Oh yeah, we're real green now. Let's go. A little bit of a rejection here at this high. NQ put a high at 25,959. I have post bank stocks. Do you have post bank stocks? So what this is the futures market. So it's a different market, kind of like crypto and stocks. You know how they're kind of the same, but they're different. This is the other side of it. So like if you want to trade like 23 hours a day, 6 days a week in like the US market, the futures market, you could trade this. Yeah. But like But like who I'm streaming for right now is Blue Sky. So we offer prop accounts. And what a prop is that instead of using your own money, like, you gotta, deposit money in your bank so you can buy and sell your stocks, right? Here, you can pay for an account that if you can pass their trading exams, you can get funded and you can cash out. You can get paid at the most like $200 of investment, but you can cash out 4 or 5,000 out of your cash account. It's a two-part, depending on the eval you take, because they're called evaluations. Depending on the evaluation you take, you can buy some that are shorter term, longer term. They have various price points and stuff. We usually recommend the launch plans. Those are like $59. A basic plan though. But that's all you need. $59. You can get started trading and start learning and stuff. No, you don't need a premium account. Once you pay for that, depending on the platform, you should be good to go with that. Like if you do like the rhythmic platforms, you'll get all the platform there and everything. So you just pay that flat fee just to get into it, the 59, and then you can start trading. You don't have necessarily a time limit, but like after 30 days, they'll start to charge you for it. So it's in your best interest to pass it and get paid out so you don't start incurring fees. You know what I'm saying? Dang it. Looking kind of weak here. 9 minutes till the end of London Power Hour. Yeah, but if you want to learn to trade, man, just come and hang out. But it's super simple, Like here, if I want to take a short, I just hit the sell button right there. And this is one of the platforms we offer. This is TradingView. And then you're like, oh, well, I want to take profit like right here. You can do like a buy limit right here. Put your buy and be like, oh, I need to stop just to protect my position. You put it there. And then like your order is all built out right there. You got to stop and you take profit. Yeah, it's not that simple. No, ERC20 is the back end protocol that some crypto coins use. So that's where their ledger is recorded on that protocol. Yeah, I've been doing this a while, but just like anything else, you do it long enough and you can get good at it. Just it's just patience, taking your time and waiting for your trade, waiting for it to come to you. Sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. But yeah, I've been doing this for a minute now, so a few years now. So yeah, it is natural to me now. It's not foreign to me anymore. It's not like I don't know what I'm doing, this and that. The first thing I would probably suggest is at least getting yourself a trading platform. Like if you want to follow me here, you can get a free account on TradingView. Those don't cost anything. And then you can start kind of playing with the charts. The real cool thing about TradingView is you could trade everything on it, Kelly. So like you mentioned crypto, you could trade crypto. You could connect this to a crypto account. You could connect it to prop account. You can connect it to a live broker. So this platform in particular is very, very flexible. Some of the other platforms other people use, like one is called like Ninja Trader. It won't give you that flexibility that you can go into like crypto exchanges. I think their list is narrower, I should say. I'm not as well informed on that one because I don't really use Rhythm. I prefer Trading View. There's some features. What is a live broker where you self fund your account or you're using an actual brokerage? Because like what you can do on your account is you can go in and you can actually set yourself up with a trading a sim account. So that's the cool thing about it. See, these are all the different brokers you can hook up. But if you want to learn to practice without using real money, you can use a paper account and then you can trade with this account. And then you don't have to worry about, using real money and stuff like that. Yeah, that's how a lot of us start. A lot of us start like that. We start trading on paper and stuff. I'm going to put my stop into money just to protect myself, just in case this thing turns around and bounces. But that's a good way that, you can learn how to trade. Almost all the platforms will offer that. So if you decide you want to use like Trade of 8 offers a paper trading account. Trading View also. I like the Trading View because if you're going to try to trade from your phone and tablet and PC, the platform is flexible across all of them. And then when you set up your charts are saved to the cloud. So anytime you open Trading View, you have access to all your charts. And that's one thing I really do like, for, if my PC goes down or something, I can easily get back up and running, or I can borrow my son's laptop or my wife's laptop and I can gain access to my charts and manage my positions. Oh, that's a nice scalp to the downside right there. Look at that. Boom. Sheesh. That's an easy, almost $300 right there. No, 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 no. You don't have to log in 5 times and enter in 30 security codes. It's pretty simplistic. Yeah, usually it's just a username and password that you just type in and boom, you're in. You might have an authentication that you might have to do one initial time to approve the connection. And then after that, you won't have to do it again. Trade of 8 is like that. They have like security managers that do that. Yeah, bait fisherman, you're correct. They do have Bitcoin futures, but the spread is terrible. Also, you can adjust your margin on the futures broker. You know, and then also bait fisherman, if he wants to like trade like altcoins, like the coins that you don't see, like fart coin. I've heard you guys say that in chat. Those coins won't be available on the platform, like on Rhythmic. That won't be available on Rhythmic. You'd have to go to an actual exchange to pick some of those up. Or if somebody was dropping a coin, you want to pick it up, you'd have to go to that. You'd have to go to Pancake Swap or something like that to scoop up that coin. And you can bring it over. But going back to mainly your point, the spread is so terrible. I don't think it's financially feasible to want to trade the futures on that side. You know what I'm saying? We got 2 minutes till the end of London Power Hour. See how the Brits do. Starting to bounce this thing a little. We're still in the short trade though. We should have taken profit. That would have been a nice little, like, almost $300 right there. No, you can't. You can't buy a shit coin by accident. You're gonna bounce it. Come on, just give us that rip in the New York launch. Alrighty, and that is London Power Hour. That is the conclusion of London Power Hour, team. Thanks to our friends across the pond. We will see you all tomorrow. Oh, and I'm stopped out just like that. Looks like that uptrend is going to take hold. Bitcoin breaking 92K, and my calls are still down. Jeez, sweet bejesus. I don't even know how that works out. Oh, no, they're not even. They're still like, I don't even know. The spread. It's the spread that's screwing those up. You know that, Bay Fisherman? The spread is so jacked on those things, even in the options chain. But I'm only $2 out the money. So, and I still got plenty of time. I've got almost a month. We'll see what happens. All right, team. Hey, thanks again for everybody for tuning in for the morning session. Hope you guys enjoyed those morning levels. Let me double check and see if we got any announcements. No announcements? No good stuff? You live 20 kilometers away from Frankfurt and from the EU main stock market. No, you probably should not be throwing grenades at those buildings. They might think you're a terrorist. So I would refrain from that. You might be angry that the trade didn't work out, but I don't think that's a good look on you, my friend. Don't want to see you locked up. And we're not bailing out anybody here. We didn't even bail out our queue. I don't make the rules, man. I ain't the boss. Well, I need to get rid of my buy limit because I don't want that here. I don't want to get stuck in a bag holding that. Looks like the market's going to turn down to the downside. Looks like we're going to roll under the EMAs here going into New York launch. Oh man, so much for that. It doesn't look like we're going to have a trend day after all. Unless we can get back up to these highs again, we'll start ranging within the lower bands again. So no bailouts, my friend. No bailouts here. Because the weekend is over and people stop spending money. What do you mean? What do you mean? I'm sorry. Well, what's your question? Bay Fisherman, he made himself a target. He painted that one on his shirt. That's why the price of crypto is going up. Well, there's a lot of anticipation on Bitcoin and crypto. Some holds. There's been some good miner news and stuff about crypto. So I think that's being received positively. Plus, if you look at the higher timeframes, we broke out of some resistance levels that we had been sitting in. So a few days ago, we broke out of this lower band on the 200. As a matter of fact, like right now, today, today we've actually been dancing around it. So, and the higher time frames are showing us very bullish. See, like right now, we're in the bounce spot right there on Bitcoin. So a lot of us, including myself, are waiting for us to have a significant bounce here on Bitcoin. So I'm banking that we're going to break 94 before the end of the month. So just, market anticipation, stuff like that. People are more risk on right now with crypto. That's why we're holding the higher bands. Yep, RTY is trying to push to be positive for the day. I see it. Green 0.16% for the day. I'm loving all these extra monitors here on my desk. You guys couldn't even believe it. It's like mission control over here. So to an extent, you are right on that because of the weekend being over. Usually Sunday, about like 3 or 4 hours before the US markets or before the Sydney Open for the futures market, Bitcoin usually takes a bump. It starts to pop and catches a bid and starts to move to the upside. There could be a lot of resting sell orders here. So yeah, you could see a lot of selling action here. The question is how many buyers, how much force the buyers will have? Because if the buyers can absorb all the sell orders that are here, we'll blast right past it. But really the cool thing about like movement like that is if you see it, you're going to know what's happening. Because if we get to it, we stall out and we start like messing around and showing like uncertainty, you'll know because it'll just stall out. But if price gets here and then it just rockets through, it's game on. It's the pump. You got rocket ships on your side. So, you just have to look and see the way price reacts. That's the same thing I do. That's all I'm waiting to see, is that what does price do? Are we going to, like right now, there's a lot of volatility, but it's a slow grind to the upside. Every time sellers step in, buyers step in and buy it back. So to me, that just shows that, bulls are in control, bears are trying, so it starts to give you kind of like a frame, a mindset of how to frame the market, the scope you're looking at it through, should I be taking a long? Should I be shorting the market? You look at how the candles perform, how fast they move in one direction or another. If you notice, you get into like these lows you're holding. Okay, we're going for it. You can start kind of setting your risk to reward. Be like, okay, well, I'm going to go for the long here now. See if I can take it up to maybe, let's say 960. This is a risky trade because you're at the highs, but you're hoping for the breakout. But you can set a stop to where you can already see where you're at. Okay, we get back down to the 9 at 25,938. I'm out. You just can't be afraid of taking trades. I mean, think of it like there is really no risk because even if you fail the account, you take a $3,000 loss in the account, it's not your money and you're not held accountable or responsible. You might blow the account and lose your $60 investment off that $59 special, but that's it. That's the only thing you would be on the hook for. You could reset it. You could buy another account and just try again at it and just keep hammering at it until, it starts to make sense. That's kind of the reason why I recommend always, starting off with the paper account. Start off on paper so that you can understand you got to understand how to buy and sell. You got to understand how to do what I've been doing on the screen here. You got to learn how to do that. And it's got to come second nature. You got to be like, oh, I do this to do this and I do this to do this. You have to be able to just spit that out and not be like, the last thing you want is be freaking out because you don't know how to manage the position. When that happens, you'll make bad mistakes and the trade won't work out for you in your favor. So that's the main reason why I always recommend learn the platform, understand it, and then you're ready. That's right. Do the paper account then before the rinsing. Stop it. Nobody's rinsing, man. Nobody's rinsing. You hang with me, we're making money. I will definitely panic. It happens at first, but then once you kind of lose the sensation of it, it becomes easy. And then it's just second nature. You're like, oh, this didn't work out, whatever. You just move on. Go to the next trade, wait for the next, opportunity, and you move on. You just can't be scared about it. If it, sometimes it feels like it because you're like inherently you want to. You're like, man, I'm down so much money. I'm down this, and you just have to think of it as the process that this is. Then when you're a trader, there's risk, and some of that risk, you could lose. Definitely. You could even practice in futures or in crypto. You could, trading crypto, XRP, all the coins is exactly the same as trading futures. The futures market, the way you buy and sell orders and manage your position is the same as you would trade in crypto. If you're trading perpetuals, like you're doing perpetual trading, like futures trading in crypto, it's the same thing. The only difference is that you can actually adjust your margin, like how much risk you have. You can increase the tick size. So like every point, that's where like people are like, oh, I'm doing like 100x trades on Bitcoin and stuff. That's all they're doing. They're using like 100x leverage on it. But you can lower it down to like where it's like one or two to where it's like one for one. So if you're trading with like 20 or 30 bucks, I mean, you're not going to make you're not going to make very much or anything at all. But if you at least want to see what the trade would look like and get that sensation and get your learn on, it's a good place to start. And you got a little bit of, skin in the game. So you don't feel like, oh, I'm just wasting my time. I got no skin in the game. You know what I'm saying? Let me know though. I'm here 5 days a week. This is my time frame. I always stream from the morning. So that would be the New York Open, which is about 7 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Till about right now, I usually end my stream. So I'm live for the first morning session, and then I run for a power hour at the close of the day with the rest of the coaches. The afternoon session is much better because we got all our coaches there. The selling and silver may have started. Maybe the market is starting to give up too. A little bit of resistance here at the top of this. Well, we just broke out. Look at it. It's a little bull flag. It's a chiquita. It's such a little bull flag it made. Jeez Louise. But it's all good. It's all good. We just gotta wait for the next bull flag. The next bull flag will be the strong one, I bet you. No, let's hope it doesn't take too long to break out of it, though. No, you're good. I don't mind. If someone here has questions and stuff, I don't mind keeping the stream running. It's usually around this time, I don't have a lot of questions. So I'm just kind of like, all right. And, the moves usually happen here in the morning session. Right about now, going into New York lunch starts to get a little manipulated. You lose a lot of the volume and everything. I mean, as it is, you could kind of see how long that took. I mean, that took an easy, 40 minutes and almost an hour to get that breakout. And yeah, we almost have another hour of time here before it makes that next leg up. But that's the fun part, man. You start showing up and getting into it. It'll start making more sense more and more. If you're ever bored, you want to come hang out. Yeah. Your exchanges will be closing because it's late over there for you guys. You would have to trade a different market. That's why I recommended, to check out like futures. Yeah, we got traders all over the globe. That's the cool thing about trading futures. You don't have to be in the US to be a trader for it. You can be wherever you're at. Crypto's easy. You just have to figure out how the leverage works. Once you get your head wrapped around the leverage, just think of it like this: the leverage is just a multiplier. Every time you increase the denomination, that's how much instead of like every cent the stock moves. If you do a 25x, imagine it being 25 cents per move. Or if you do 100x, it's 100 points per move. So it multiplies that by 100. And that's all it really is. That's all it really is. It just takes a little bit to get used to it because you got to do quick math, to think about how much leverage and how that position's going and go against you. All right, I'm green again on my SPY calls. They're up 33%. Let's go. Let's get this breakout, baby. Let's get this breakout. Look at that candle on NQ. Woohoo! And I'm green again. I don't know. Where's Ace? Where's Ace? Is Ace in here? Because Ace is the one that always tells me when I should be paper handed or diamond handing. Hey, MJ, I saw you pop in. Good morning to you. Good to see you. Good to see you. Well, that's the hard thing, Kelly, is, knowing what to focus on. What is the real thing that you should be focusing on? Because, with so much to learn and stuff like that, you can get kind of lost in the weeds. Ooh, I'm up 40% now. Come on, give me that pop. NQ pulling back. What's ES doing? Why is NQ giving that up? NQ is like selling pretty nasty. Holy moly. Come on, baby. Let's go. Let's go, NQ. Let's go, yes. I'm down like $16 right now. I was green just a second ago. I took a loss on some silver shorts I took earlier. I took some financial advice. Bay Fisherman is still short 952. I'm still holding on to my longs on the SPY. I'm seeing IWN still pushing to the top side. There goes NQ, catching a little bit more of that bid. Goes ES. Come on, ES. Let's do it. Let's break the 709. Come on, let's go. Take us to all-time highs. Let's do it. Let's do the dang thing. We've been waiting. People have been asking. Coach Matt's waiting for it. I'm waiting for it. Let's go. Let's go. Push it. Come on, ES. Let's go. Let's break this range. But this is a heck of a push. Come on. Come on, put these calls in the money. I'm like 30 cents away from them being in the money. I'm green for the day finally. Come on, just send it. Come on, just make that bull flag. Let's go. Come on. Push those highs in Q. Yes. Damn, come on. Do it. Just go. We got to rip this range. Otherwise, going into New York lunch, we won't have that. We won't have that natural grind to the upside. If we go weak sauce into New York lunch, we won't push higher. So retail will take profit on it. Ah, dang! I finished a cup of coffee. Oh, I still got a little bit. Come on, yes, let's do it. It goes NQ to the upside. Looks like the bicycle is going to kick in good for a little bit here. Let's see if it holds. Goes yes and spy pushing up. Let's go. I'm up 5% for the day. Come on, baby, do it. Out of break even, that 922 hold looking good long now. Yep. Yes, it is. I'm going up. I'm shooting for this to go to the upside. Well, that as a trader, that's what you should be shooting for. You do compound gains. So think of it like this. If you start off with a $500 account and if you can capture a 5% win per day and compound that, you could have roughly about, I think someone had said about $60,000 in a year on compound gains on 5%, doing a daily compound. And it's possible, I mean, I shoot for, 5 to 10% a day. Yeah. You just have to have discipline. I'll take 65 bands. That's real money right there. Looks like gold might be trying to test to break out again. That silver is up almost 9%. Yeah, the heck with gold. Silver's the trade right now. It goes NQ rip into the upside. Let's go. Renko's looking good. ES getting close to that resistance level at 7,012. What will we do here? This is proved to be a resistance zone for us. Can we blast through it and get to our supply zone at about 7,017? Calls are about 24 cents out the money now. We're close. Come on, NQ. Come on, yes, let's go. Let's break this range and let's set some new highs. Go up 10% for the day now. Let's go. I'm going to break through this level. I'm going to see if I can unload some of these calls for like $50 a con. Paid $31 per contract. Trying to take some profit on this position. Got 2 minutes till New York lunch. Rejection in the New York lunch. Oh my God. Just like we thought. We're 2 minutes away from New York lunch. It looks like we might have a little pullback going into New York lunch. But let's see if the Bulls continue. If they can carry the pace going into New York lunch and keep giving us upside moves. That would be beautiful. With silver doing, it's about ready to go. Yep, I feel you on that. You got to get over that though. That's the emotion of trading. All of us go through it, losing your money and stuff like that. You know, that's the emotional side of trading. A lot of traders have difficulty getting over it and stuff, you know, but you have to, if you don't let the trade do it's what you want, what your trade plan is, you'll never see those trades come to fruition. You want those big wins, stuff like that. You have to let yourself get stopped out so that you can let that trade also play out when it hits that target. When you make a ton of money. Well, they're going to sell us in the New York lunch. Let's see if we can break Friday's high. All right, team, and welcome to New York lunch. I think I stayed a little longer than normal. Hope you guys don't mind. I didn't mind. Something about options. What did BST? I don't know. Let's Google it. Let's see what Google it says. It's my browser. I don't have a browser down here. I guess not. I don't know. I'm really not sure what that means. I looked it up, but I can't really tell what that is. Let's see if Coach Matt knows. Because that's a ticker. That is a ticker. I just don't understand why it would be doing that with your Comcast, unless they're both media groups. Unless there's a buyout or a merger happening, it might very well be that. Yeah, it might very well be a buyout or something. Yeah, I'd see what Coach Matt says. Maybe he can fill us in since I tagged him. Callie, my batting. No, not you at all, bro. Like I said, if there's someone here with questions and stuff, I don't mind hanging out. It's that, 2.5 hours. And, if I'm just like kind of like talking to myself and no one's really asking questions, it's a little difficult to want to hang tight, hang with the group and stuff. But if the chat is active and people are asking questions, I'm more than glad to hang with you guys. I am not a clock watcher. No problemo, man. But if I can help someone, that makes me even happier. Oh, we got a new announcement. What is the new announcement? Oh, there's a new schedule up. There's the new faces for the PM session. Oh, that's right. We got a new PM coach. I heard Coach Breezy. Yeah. So if you guys are looking for you pajama traders out there that like to start trading at about 7 p.m. Eastern, you guys can jump in every morning or every afternoon and catch Coach Breezy starting off pajama trading. And it looks like he's got some classes. So the journey with Coach Breezy, and then he's doing past and present, risk management, and execution. So it looks like he's got like 4 days of classes lined up. And then we've got Blasky pulling up the rear with the Asia session at 8 p.m. Eastern. Yes, sir. 7 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern as well. So we got like a 2-hour slot. We'll have 2 of our other coaches there. Absolutely. And I believe Blasky's going to start streaming on YouTube as well. He hit me up over the weekend, so I was trying to help him get set up. But you can always message me, Callie. My DMs are open as well. So just like they are for the rest of our community. All right, team. And don't forget, you guys can catch us here live again at 3 p.m. Eastern every Monday through Friday. So feel free to stop on in. Blasky, and the other one is Coach Breezy. You won't see them in that channel because you're on my personal channel, not the company's channel. You'd have to be over on Blue Sky. If not, shoot me a DM. I'll be more than glad to direct you in the correct direction of where you can go if you want to hang with us and stuff. Yeah, definitely. Pop in the Discord. Yeah, I'll shoot you the Discord link. No worries, brother. All right. As always, good luck in the market. Everyone have a great day. Don't forget, 3 p.m. Eastern, we will be back. If not, if you can't make it for Power Hour, don't forget, we got Trade Psychology with Coach Becky tomorrow. We've also got Coach Breezy and Belaski tomorrow. So we got a lot of like afternoon sessions going on. I think it's going to be a great, great afternoon tomorrow as well as today. Coach Beck. Yeah. All right, team. You all have a great day. I'll see you all at Power Hour. Thanks for hanging with me.